Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, was a prince. Just kidding. I'm not going to read you a story. What I am going to do is tell you the next part of my review of Andy Andrews' best-selling book, The Traveller's Gift, and the impact that it's having on me. So, in the last video, we spoke about the book stops here, how responsibility for our past lies with ourselves, but also, and this is the exciting bit, the responsibility for our future lies with ourselves as well. I like that. Now then, part of that responsibility for the future, and part of working that through and executing that, is the next decision for success that Andy Andrews frames in his book. Now, let's remember the traveller David has met Harry Truman, the President of the United States, in 1945, the day that Harry Truman gives the go-ahead to drop the atomic bomb on Japan. Before he really gets time to dwell on this, he suddenly falls through the floor and arrives in an ornate palace many, many years ago. And he's in the courtroom of the palace, where the king holds court, and in comes the king. And the scene unfolds in front of him, and weirdly he finds that although it's in another language, he actually understands everything that's being said. And the king is holding court that day and has a decision to make. Two ladies are brought in front of him with a dilemma. There is one baby and they both claim it is their own. Now the king is struggling. How does he decide who the baby's mother is? So and they each put up a good argument. So what he says is, cut the baby in half, give each mother a half, and then they'll both have part of the baby. And one of the women says, yes, that's a good idea, because if I can't have this baby, then she won't have him either. The other woman says, no, don't do that. Give the baby to the other woman. Better that he lives than dies. Better that he lives with another woman than dies. And the king straight away knew who the mother was. It's the one that loved the baby and didn't want to see it die. So, of course, you'll have heard this story. This is the story of King Solomon, or one of the stories of King Solomon, reputed to be one of the wisest kings in history. And David, after the court session, David gets to talk to King Solomon. And the surprising thing is that King Solomon tells David that his wisdom actually comes from all his counselors, all his advisors. He keeps people around him who he believes are perhaps even cleverer than he is, so that he gets help making all these difficult decisions. And David said, well, that's crazy. Surely you're kind of the most clever, you're the cleverest, wisest person here. And Solomon says, no, I keep all these other people around me to keep me on track. I hire these other people, I pay these other people because they are the best. And his gem, his pearl of wisdom for David is quite simply, seek wisdom. Now this one didn't really resonate with me. I was talking to somebody else about this because this was his favourite part of the book. But this didn't really resonate with me. I'd previously always, I don't know, through arrogance, I want to be the smartest person in the room. But I realise now that's my ego talking. If I'm the smartest person in the room, what am I going to learn from anybody else? So now I've had a complete turnabout. I want to be the thickest person in the room. I want everyone in the room to be cleverer than me, because then I've got something to aspire to. And if I'm rubbing shoulders with people who know more than I do, who are the people that I'm aspiring to be like, who better to rub shoulders with? Who better to be with? Who better to spend time with than people that I aspire to be like? So, the second decision for success, seek wisdom. And from here on in, that's what I'll be doing. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.